Welcome everyone. This is a special NCA live presentation, and I'm very pleased to welcome one of our NCA members from Ontario, Porochesty. I had the pleasure of meeting her in June of 2017. She was speaker at a rally in Ottawa, and I was highly impressed with her. She's very outspoken, and she cares a lot about our country. So today we're gonna learn more about Porchesty and what she sees happening in Canada. Just as a background, Porchesty immigrated to Canada in 1998. She immigrated as a refugee from Pakistan, and she's been living here since. And before we turn to Porchesty, I'm just gonna update everyone on some NCA news. We're going to be submitting our registration package to Elections Canada this week, and I want to thank everyone for those members and supporters who mailed in their declaration forms. And Elections Canada will be sending out a confirmation form which you need to fill out, and there'll be a prepaid postage envelope, and you can send it back. For anyone who still wants to mail in declaration forms, please do so, because we will have a one-time top-up sometime in October. So we encourage you to please mail your declarations in, because we still need more, just in case we fall short. We want to have extras, so please mail them in. They're very important. Thank you. And you can call us at 1-833-822-8330, or you can email us at info@nationalcitizensalliance.ca. And I'm just going to touch on a couple of other issues. I want to make it very clear to everyone. The supporters and members at the NCA are non-career politicians. And we contrast this to the typical career politician. And what we mean by non-career politician is we have no strings attached. We're fully in service of the Canadian people, and that's our only mandate. We're doing this not as a career, everyone. We're doing this because we care about our people, we care about our country, and we're concerned about our country. Versus these career politicians, these are trough feeders. They're self-serving. They lie to you daily. They spin, and they have strings attached, everyone. They're stringed to special interests. They're stringed to globalists. And they will lie, cheat, do whatever it takes to stay in power. And these are the people we're trying to drain and replace. So please remember that. We are non-career politicians. And that is a very good thing. That is a very good thing, isn't it? I don't ever, myself personally, want to be a career politician. And quite frankly, I will never be. Just remember that, and that's the same for the rest of the members and supporters at the NCA, everyone. We got to drain these career trough-feeding politicians out. They're slippery, they're lying. Look at Trudeau in 2015. He lied his way in, and these parties in Ottawa are lying right now, trying to say what you want to hear, looking at poll results. They have no integrity. They're just catering to the big money interests. Everyone, please remember that. And another thing, we have a GoFundMe project going on. One of our members south of Calgary has offered to allow us to put up a 44-foot banner by 8 feet. So we're trying to raise $1,300. So check out on our Facebook, on our website, nationalcitizensalliance.ca, or on our YouTube page. And go to the GoFundMe. $5 helps, everyone. Just $5, $10, $20, $50. All this helps, and this is a great way to reach a lot of Canadians through that billboard. So, and this is only one of the things that we're working on. But I'm going to turn now to Porochesty, and I'm really delighted to have you on. And I know a lot of our supporters are really looking forward to hear what you have to say. So thank you for your courage. Thank you for stepping up for Porchesty.
Thank you very much for having me here today, Stephen. I am really happy to address with Canadians and share my experience. If there is anything in specific you would want me to talk about, I can start from there.
I think just tell everyone just about your background. Maybe go a little bit into Pakistan, and then you obviously you were a refugee, so there were some unpleasant circumstances going on that led you to Canada.
Yes. Originally I was born in Pakistan, raised. I was married in Pakistan to a Muslim man. My family is a little complicated. I always start with that because a lot of times people come and say they are ex-Muslims or they are either straight up Christians or this. But I come from a family where my father was a non-Muslim. He was a Zoroastrian, and my mother was a Muslim. So I was actually raised in a mixed family where there were two religions, and they thrived very well up till, in those days. But now in today's world, it is not possible. So just keep that in mind. But then my circumstances got very bad. I had 2 children from my husband, and things were not really good. Like when you hear how Islamic people treat their women, because I was not raised in that environment, and so when I got married, it was totally different. I used to get a beating every day.
Oh my God! So your husband was Muslim?
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay.
And his entire family was Muslim, and I had to run away from there. After he passed away, he had liver cancer, so he passed away, and I had to run away from there because they were trying to get my daughters. My older daughter at that time was 14, and my younger was 9, so they were trying to get them married because regardless to how he was, but he still, certain things, because I read Quran and Hadiths with translation, so I knew how to approach them using the Quran. I made sure that my daughters didn't get married right what the Quran says, that as early as age of 6 or 9, and they tried to, because in my family they did that. But I knew that they were trying to do that. They wanted me to get married to my brother-in-law, my husband's brother. So, and on top of everything, conversion was the forcible conversion. I had to convert to Islam. My kids have to follow Islam, and that was something I wasn't going to do. So I managed to bring my daughters out of that country. It was a really hard struggle, very long struggle. Took me years to plan and get out of there, but I managed, and here I am. Now, I was very happy when I came to Canada because it gave me my freedom, the freedom that I used to dream for all my life, and I dreamt for my girls. And I have that. I came here, but I saw that there were a lot of Pakistani people that I was running from were also coming here. So for me, it was getting a little less safe than I thought it would be. So what I kept doing was moving. After every 6 months, I would move. I would change my phone number so that even if these Pakistanis living here, they find out about me where I am, they won't be able to, just like a witness protection plan, like that kind of thing. I had to keep doing with my kids, and finally I ended up where I am here today. I won't say the location at this point, right? I still, I'm not safe because of those people, and they are here, and I am seriously thinking of leaving Canada now.
Oh my God.
If things don't change, no, because the reason I came here was for my security, my girls' security, and that we don't have to forcibly convert. But the things that I am seeing, the shift of Canadian society that I am watching myself right now is very, very threatening, and it's scaring the hell out of me and my family. So I would love to stay in Canada. I would love Canada to be saved and everything to go normal. But if it doesn't, I have to have a safe plan for my family, as I did when I ran from Pakistan. Why I'm mentioning this is because now even the white race here are threatened. I am a brown person. I know why they are threatened, because I grew up hearing this from every Pakistani Muslim used to say that. We will one day rule the world. Islam will one day rule the entire Western world as well. They already rule the Eastern world. So that is very threatening, and their goal is to eliminate the infidels, which includes you and me and all those who are not Muslims. So their goal is to convert everybody into Islam, and this is not safe for us. This is not safe for me and my family. If it was, I would have converted back in Pakistan, would have lived the life that they had given me through Sharia law, through forcible, everything force. You are a second-rated citizen, sometimes worse even than second, like a third-rated citizen for being a woman. So what I don't understand here, when women here are standing up and saying, oh, these are such peaceful people, such nice people, and why can't, they don't look like all these things that are being said about them. Well, it is true. It is true, and I have been watching some videos of other converts, ex-Muslims. So I see that now a lot of them are also coming out and speaking out about it. So it's not just that it's just me or one or two here and there. There are so many like me who are here in the Western nations to save their, themselves, to have a better life. We were not just economic immigrants or economic refugees. We were the real refugees that were threatened. And if today I am sent back to Pakistan, I will be killed. Because I will be killed here now, because there are so many Pakistanis here. And I know many of them I know personally, and they live all in Mississauga, where Kevin J. Johnston is coming up. And I say good luck to him, because we need a person like him there.
Yeah, excellent stuff. And do you think was there a fatwa on you, do you think? Or
They actually didn't do a fatwa on me, because they didn't think. They didn't have to. All they needed to do is come in the house, grab me and kill me, or whatever they wanted to do. Yeah. I was there at their disposal. So they didn't need a fatwa.
Oh, I see.
What happened was, like, I lived like I'm everyday living, and I just told my girls, let's go out for a walk, just in the compound of our building, not outside anywhere. And usually a servant would always accompany me, but I did this practice for many days till they would trust that I'm not going anywhere. And that's what I did. I sat in a plane the day I had my flight booked, sat in the plane and left. So by the time they were doing the fatwa thing about, first of all, they had to look for me. So it took them, I know, I was getting the news that they're looking for me and they're desperate, and they went to my parents' place and they told them that we will find her even if she's in the Western country, and we will get her killed there.
That's sick. That's sick, man.
They took an oath to that, and according to the tribe that my husband belongs to, they used to say that we don't forget our revenge for 40 years. So I don't believe in a specific figure, but why they have this 40 figure is because Muhammad always did everything 40. He was 40 when he got the prophecy. He was 40 when the Quran started coming to him. And there's a lot of things about this 40 figure. So these Muslims are also using that figure, yeah.
That's sick. That is absolutely sick. And well, the National Citizens Alliance, we have zero tolerance for those radical thugs. And we take it so seriously. We want to implement capital punishment for those terrorists.
That's right.
Yeah, they're disgusting, evil people. We need to get a backbone in this country. We're so weak. We've been sold out by these globalists in Ottawa. It's sad what's happening, but there's a lot of strong Canadians out there. But, you know, spread this message, everyone. The threat is real. And Portia, that's your short version of Porchesty. I'm just going to call her Portia. Portia, did you notice change from 1998? Because, you know, this globalist thing started in the 70s. So yes, it was well underway before you, because Maroney, that conservative globalist Maroney, he was an absolute nightmare, man. Not only the taxation, but the mass immigration was unbelievable. Did you know under Harper, one of the top 5 countries of mass immigration was Pakistan under Harper? You know, like they're no different. These are crony conservatives, crony liberals. They're all just globalists. And they're lying to you, everyone. They're lying. But Portia, did you notice any change from 1998 onward, or is it getting worse? Is that what you're seeing?
Definitely, it's getting worse. But what I have noticed from 1998, actually, I would, like you said, the flow of immigrants started in the early 70s, late 60s, early 70s. And it has been ongoing. So government after government after government, whoever have been ruling, liberal, NDP, or conservative, they did not care. They were still following the same agenda they have been following consistently to bring in. Now, what is happening is now we have reached to the final phase of that agenda. That is why everybody's feeling it so much now, and everybody's standing up and saying, oh, Trudeau, Trudeau, Trudeau. Trudeau is not the only one who's played a part in this. Like, for example, I'll give you one small example. Stephen Harper was very, very close with the imam of the Ahmadiyya community. Ahmadiyya community originated in Pakistan. So there was no such thing as Ahmadiyya. They were all Sunni Muslims.
Oh.
Yes. And this man, they started this Ahmadiyya. It's like a sect. They came separated from the Sunnism, and they created that. Once they created that, what happened was Saudi Arabia is a Wahhabi country, and Sunni country, Wahhabi country, right? And they did not like that, so they forced Pakistan and Pakistani themselves. They are very, very radical people in Pakistan. So they themselves didn't like it. So they declared Ahmadis as non-Muslim, and they treated them like they treated us. So all those Ahmadis that are considered as infidels are running and coming to this country, but they come and they become pure Muslims because they have the right. Whether any Islamic country acknowledges them as Muslim or not, they don't care. As long as they believe that they are Muslim and they follow that, and that is, Ahmadis are the one who have built the largest mosque in Fort McMurray.
Oh, it was them?
Yes.
Interesting.
Now, Fort McMurray mosque was not approved by Trudeau. That was all done by Harper.
Yes, it was. And I actually have evidence of him funding mosque, everyone.
Right.
Harper was using tax dollars to fund these mosques.
Yes.
You've been doped. You've been played by these crony conservative globalists. Isn't that disgusting, everyone? Share this message. They are disgusting people.
They have been all like.
Isn't that disgusting? Because I'll tell you this, I got to add a footnote. Because I went to, there was an event I was invited to.
Yes.
And it turned out it was at a mosque, so I went there just to observe. And that was about 10 months ago, everyone.
Right.
Guess who was the keynote speaker?
Yeah.
Harper was keynote, and they were praising him.
Of course.
That's the truth, everyone, and I have photos to prove it.
Yeah.
So, there you go. Why do you... Just wake up. You guys are getting played. There's so many brainwashed conservatives, brainwashed liberals. They're just like robots.
Now apart from me talking more about Islam, a lot of people know. Those who don't know, I can still, make a video again and talk about Islam. But right now, as you see, I see you are wearing the cap for National Citizens Alliance. So I would like to talk about your party. Plus, I want to talk about the conservatives and the liberals and the NDP and why we should elect your party. Why is it different? I would like to discuss that with you.
Could I just add a footnote before we go into that?
Yes.
There's a misconception in our society about Ahmadiyya that they're all, love for all, hate for none, like their slogan.
No.
But they follow the Quran, don't they?
They follow the same Quran. That is the thing. The Islamic nations, like all of the nations, they do not accept them as Muslims. But like I said, they don't care. And they are using the same Quran and same Sharia and same everything. Nothing is changed in that Quran. You have to understand one thing about all these sects. Except for Shia Muslim and Sunni Muslim, yeah, there is a little difference between their surahs are mostly the same, but there is a little difference between Muhammad and Ali. Shia believes in Ali as a prophet, and Sunnis believe as Muhammad as prophet. So that's the way different.
Okay, keep talking. I'm going to find Harper's photo because I want to show it to everyone.
Great.
But go ahead.
So, now these parties, what they have been doing all this time is bringing in a lot. The number of immigrants and refugees coming from, I'll talk about Pakistan because I know more about what people are doing from Pakistani people are doing. I can't talk about people from Iraq or Syria, what they are doing, because I really don't associate with any Muslims anyways.
Yeah. I've got a photo when Harper was in power. He's with that guy Khan who Trudeau met in Bahamas.
Yes.
See that, everyone?
Is that the same guy?
Yeah. So I'm gonna find this other photo. This is right here, everyone. This is Islamic Heritage Month. Harper set this up.
Yes.
It looks like it was 2007. You see there? But that was Harper.
Yeah.
And it's still running today.
Yes.
What's this? Look at this. This is Harper being praised at this mosque.
Islamic Heritage.
Everyone?
Yes.
Look here.
And
it's called the Batoon.
People are totally unaware of it.
There's the mosque. He's praised. This is their front page of their website. He helped fund this mosque. There he is. See that, everyone? He's lied. He lied and cheated, that guy.
Well,
and I'm going to look for it. Keep talking.
If people think conservatives are going to come and save them, they are highly mistaken, highly wrong. I actually thought, I didn't think, but I thought, let's give it a chance. I went to meet Shir and just see his behavior. I gave him a list of questions and asked him that Canadians need the answers. Please email us the answers so we know what your approach toward these issues are. He never bothered.
Right.
Everywhere he went, every city he went to, all he did was took pictures with people, and that's all. He was not there to listen to anybody. He was not there to talk to anybody.
Wow.
And there are certain conservatives I know that claim that, they spoke to him and they this and he's that, but this is all fake. It's again the same mindset of liberals, how they are blind.
Right.
The same way conservatives are so blinded towards their party that they're breaking up to the reality.
Right.
We need a total different party. These politicians are all corrupt.
Right. Yeah, well, when did you figure that out, Portia? When did you figure that out? When did you awaken to the monopoly on power in this country? It's basically a monopoly, Portia.
Yes. I have never been too much involved in politics, but my brother is. And he is the one who actually told me, when he told me what is happening here with liberals, and then he told me about so much because he was too much in politics, and he said that is the reason he didn't vote for conservatives when Harper was there. And then Trudeau won. But that's what he was saying, that he did so many wrong things, Harper, that was unacceptable, and people are not even realizing what he's doing. But we could realize it because we came from there, and we are seeing the threat, which people are not, especially the white Canadians are totally unaware of. And what they are unaware of is that how these people will fast multiply and your race will go extinct. I have seen my race go extinct. We are, if you go Google the total population of Zoroastrians in the world, you will find 0.000 something. That's how much we are left. Like few thousands of us are left in this world. Imagine the Persian Empire, how big it was. When they can wipe off all that, they wiped off Africa, they wiped off Southeast Asian countries. You think, and they're already in your countries. They've already taken stand. Look at England. Pakistan has taken over England completely. Now, I do want to mention here something which is a little bit off the topic, but I will come because Pakistan recently had elections and they have a new prime minister now. Now, this new prime minister used to be a world-known cricketer. He used to play cricket for Pakistani team, and he was a really playboy. He married a British woman, white British woman, and I don't know how long they were together because I never liked that man, never, because I knew,
really?
Yeah, wow. Because I knew how evil he was at that time and how evil he is now. At that time, he was all, like I said, tomboy, plus he lived in England. Most of his life, he's been all around the world. He lived and learned the ways of English people, white people, right? The laws. And today, now he went into politics and has become the prime minister of that country. But before he became the prime minister, the playboy guy is gone. So his white wife has long gone. In fact, there was another wife he married, which was gone. Now he has another wife who wears only this thing, you know, only you can see.
Wow, really?
Yeah, she recently made
Is it a niqab or burqa?
The burqa. Yeah,
she wears the burqa.
She wears the, from top till bottom.
Wow.
So the whole thing, that's what she wears.
Wow.
And there's a big drama about them. But what I'm trying to point at is that he's a very radicalized person now. And what he's going to do is bring total Sharia law in Pakistan. Now, how it's going to affect us, I'm going to come to that. So what is happening now, Pakistan has been, since its independence, they call it, has always been a secular country. Then in the 70s, Ziaul Haq, the president, brought martial law in it, and then he brought Sharia law. But the Sharia law was not completely implemented. So it was partial Sharia, partial secular. This man is going to change that. So how that is going to affect is, as you can see, already the Pakistanis living here, like Iqra Khalid, is another radicalized, she comes from a radicalized Muslim family, and their goal is one, take over. Now, in his speech, Imran Khan, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, you know, he talked about a few things. He talked about one thing. He said he's going to follow in the footsteps of Muhammad.
Wow. Wow.
Now we all know what Muhammad is, right?
Wow.
So, and why? He mentioned that. He said, look at the political success Muhammad had. So we are going to have the same political success because I'm going to follow everything he did. And we will, reach the skies. That's what he has promised Pakistani people, that he is going to do that. And he said, we have our Pakistani brothers and sisters living all around the world that are sending us money. That is what I wanted to point, bring attention to people, that all these Pakistanis that are running businesses here, have their jobs here, or those who are not mooching off the welfare. Even those who are mooching off welfare, you won't believe it, they're sending that welfare money back to Pakistan. They are sending money through not just the Western Union where the money can be tracked. There are ways to send money, which is like you give money to somebody here and that person will give money there, so it's not recorded. So there's so much money going out of the country. So it's from Canada and of course all the Western countries, but I'm going to talk about Canada. So he said himself, he pointed out how much billions of dollars they're receiving from Pakistanis sending money to Pakistan. So they don't actually, and he said that, I am not going to ask for loan anymore from anyone. Of course he's not, because Pakistan is already getting so much. He said, I don't believe in begging for money. Our Pakistani brothers and sisters are sending us enough money to support ourselves. So this is a thing to remember in your mind. So that is why I would like to talk to people and say, look, if you want to leave conservative and you think that, a lot of people think that now if we vote Conservative Party, liberals will win. No, that is what you're not understanding. What I am trying to say is leave all these parties, go to a new party. Go read the policies. Who's bringing you freedom? Who's going to save Canada? Who's going to save the white race? That's what you need. And the reason I wanted to talk to you is because you are the founder of the party, and I heard your policies and stuff, and that is why I was very happy to see that you are touching all those issues in your policies, which actually our laws needs to be changed, because our laws are very humanitarian. And in today's world, especially where Sharia law comes and confronts you, you cannot be humanitarian. You have to have a little stronger law, stricter law to face these people, to face these kind of terrorists and criminals and to deal with them. There has to be stricter laws regarding immigration. Our vetting is not done at all. You know, when I came here, I thought, I'm going to meet all such highly qualified, educated people from Pakistan, right? Because I myself am very highly educated. And then who I meet, like there are people who can't even speak English. And I'm like, what are you doing here? How did you get here? Oh, it was easy. We just lied. We just did this. We got all these documents from Pakistan, fake documents. And they're coming here. They're pouring in here. And they're not only just coming from Pakistan, they're coming from all the Islamic countries the same way. So that's what I see now, that Canada has become a pile of gutter hole, where all the poop is coming and falling in it. If you don't stop it now, there won't be any Canada left. No, they will definitely not. They're not here to mingle with you, to become your friends. Oh, you know how people talk to me? These white people, they'll say, pardon me. They say, those Muslims, they live right, they're neighbors, and they're such good friends, and they're this and that, and they're very peaceful people. Yes, they will be peaceful people. They will always be peaceful till they are told to wake up and get your machetes or the guns or whatever. Then all the peaceful people will go away. I will just give you one small example of 1947 when India and Pakistan separated. That is when Pakistani Muslims stood up and they fought. And my mother used to tell me that there were Hindus, Christians, Sikhs, and Muslims, and they used to live under same roof. They used to be the bestest friends, but now they are, when the time came, they were slaughtering each other. So please, don't let that time come here. Don't let that time come here. Everybody needs to wake up and take the right decision. We will not be splitting vote if we vote to a newer party. We will be saving us from conservative corruption. We will save ourselves from liberal and the NDPs, which are totally corrupted.
Completely, to the core. Yeah. Yeah, they sold this country out with their globalist agenda. Very good. I did talk to a Syrian Christian refugee, and he said the exact same thing as you, Portia. He said, you know, when the civil war started in Syria, before that he had Muslim friends in his neighborhood community.
Yes.
As soon as the war started, and then they flicked a switch, and they were literally coming with machetes to slaughter them.
Exactly.
And that's what he said, everyone. This is ruthless.
Yeah.
The world is ruthless, everyone. You know, take off your rose-colored glasses if you have them on. Because the reality is Canada is weak. We got sellout politicians. We got a large percentage of our population is brainwashed or indoctrinated, or they're worried about their only immediate family, but they don't realize that there's a bigger picture, and that they will get threatened if we don't address it.
Yeah.
And this is only starting, everyone. It's going to get worse. And I'll put this in context, Portia. In 1960, Euro-Canadians were 97% of the population. We're heading in 2018 now. They're actually down to about 70.
Wow.
So, and you know, on this mass immigration trajectory, which all these entrenched crony parties in Ottawa support, you know, despite their lies and spins, and you know, they lie to Canadian people every day. It's just the norm. But if this continues before 2100, Euro-Canadians who founded this country will be less than 20%.
You will be less than that, but you won't have a Canada by that time.
No, you won't. Yeah, we had another immigrant member on, Victor. He immigrated from Spain. His wife is from Chile in South America, and he said what they're doing is replacing the Canadians with the values that actually created the institutions.
Yeah.
And we're going to be left with a mass of people who do not share those values, and they will change this country to the worse, everyone. And it's like Trump said, they're bringing their shithole here and turning this place into a shithole. And these globalists don't give a shit in Ottawa. They're corrupt to the core. They're corrupt, and they need to be drained out of there, everyone. Replaced. So share this message tonight. These crony conservatives, crony liberals, crony NDP, they're all just different sides of the same globalist coin that's selling out this country. It's sickening, everyone.
That's what people are not understanding. I talk to so many people every day, and they just simply can't get it through their thick skull.
Well,
no. Look what their excuses they're making for shit. They're sitting here. They have not even spoken with shit, yet they are saying, "Oh no, he's waiting. He's playing the tactics. He's playing politics, and then that's why he's quiet. He just wants to win."
Yeah, just like Harper, right? Just like Harper, right? Funding mosque, Islamic Heritage Month, historic mass immigration. Pakistan, one of the primary countries. Wake up! You guys are deluded, and anyone who's supporting those crony conservatives or liberals or NDP are either on the take or you're just brainwashed.
Yeah, if you look at the parties, the people who are saying this, like, you know, you look at their policy. Look at the immigration policy, Michelle Rempel.
She's a joke, Rempel.
Well, but I went through their immigration policy, and what they did was tweaked a little bit.
Yeah.
We will bring the third agreement.
It's called the Safe Third Country Agreement.
Country, that they will do that, and that will stop the illegal. So they're just only focusing on the illegal.
Exactly.
Hello, that is not the only issue. The issue is all those with fake documents and fake everything, all those soldiers, jihadi soldiers that you are flooding in your country. What about them? Who is telling you that they are deserving? And refugees, they call themselves refugees. They are like 20-year-old, 25-year-old, and they're saying, oh, he's 14. Like, how are you
exactly.
blind? Have you gouged your eyes out?
Rempel's spinning and lying every day. It's just pathetic. But you know, these some of these conservatives are just like liberals. They're completely brainwashed in their brain. They've been they're ultimate sheep.
Yep.
They're just going along. They're just sheep. But the reality is, Portia, the legal migration is only 1/10 of the overall mass immigration. Okay, it's 1/10.
Yep.
But these crony conservatives don't want to talk about it because they support it. Rempel's she's on the take. She's just lying, pushing the party line. You know, there's no difference between her and Trudeau, right? So, but the reality too, everyone needs to accept that. If these crony conservatives get in, the crony entrenched liberals, the NDP, we're going to be up to, Portia, 450,000 a year by 2025.
That's what it is, that the immigration policies have to be really strict.
Yes.
So harsh that when you're vetting a person, you have to ensure that you're not bringing a criminal in. You're not bringing diseases, untreatable diseases in your country. You have to save your Canadians first, and then you have to worry about somebody else dying in their country. Well, they are there to look after their people. If they're not doing a good job, why are you choking your own people and trying to save the other? Who has ever said that do that? Your charity begins at home. Where did that phrase go or disappear? It doesn't apply to Canada or the Western countries anymore. It still applies to the Islamic countries. They will never give you $1, you know, because first of all, you are an infidel. You don't get it. Even if you are dying in front of them, they will not put water in your mouth. So, but they will give to their first. They will support their own first. They will ensure that. So that means they are better than you, right? That's what they say. Why do they think they are better than you? Why do the Islamic countries think that we are better than the Christian countries? Why? You know, I want to know. I want to know why. And when the Western countries are sitting here and they're like, oh, we are so guilt-ridden. We took away their lands. We took this. Have you ever heard a Muslim say that? They took my whole, like the whole Persian Empire, our race. The biggest genocide in the world was not Hitler, was done by Muhammad's followers. Muhammad's followers. Has anybody ever mentioned that? Or have you ever seen a Muslim say, oh my God, we killed so many people, or we took their lands and we are ruling on somebody else's land? No, they will never. They say we conquered. God gave it to us to make it better. To make it better. Whereas the white people actually, when they came here and established Canada or the US or the Australian, these countries, when they were established, natives were not to the point advanced where the white people were. And it is a fact that the white people did bring advancement in every form and way and made these countries where we are today. So I don't understand why white people are guilt-ridden. Why?
Well, it's part of the globalists, the media. They're trying to push down Euro-Canadians, white Canadians. They want to push them down.
Yeah.
And it's just part of this whole globalist agenda. They want to transform us into a globalist village.
Yeah.
It's all about power and control. That's what's going on, Portia. These are sick people in Ottawa. They are sick and demented. They have sold out the Canadian people. But what's even worse is that the amount of Canadian people supporting them.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. You're basically supporting the person who's going to guillotine you and your family.
Yep.
Like, how clear do we have to make this to you? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, go to a mental health clinic if you can't get this. Because there's something wrong with your brain.
There is. I have to bring one point.
It's sick, man.
Today
Where's your backbone?
I was on the Facebook, scrolling. A post came up. Some female wrote that I respect Antifa over any crooked conservatives, and then I started reading the comments. People everybody was bashing. You are a skunk. You are a whore. Get off our Facebook and this and that. You're supporting Antifa, and I'm like, am I the only one who is understanding what that post meant? And I wrote there a comment that my English is not my first language. It is my second language. Yet I understand what they call it. It's like a personification in a way. The girl mentioned it. She was not saying that she respects Antifa and hates conservatives. She was saying that these treacherous conservatives. And then she kept asking everybody, do you understand the meaning of crooked? Crooked, I think it is crooked, something C-U-C-K.
Crooked?
Not crooked, C-U-C-K.
Oh, cock. Yeah. It's called cock conservative. So these are people that sell out their country and people for money, for they might be into pedophilia or whatever, right?
So I'm like, why aren't you people understanding that this person is saying that Antifa, whatever they are doing, whoever they work for, they are loyal to their task, regardless to whether they understand the task or not. They're loyal. Whereas these treacherous conservatives now, how they are playing with people now to get the votes, because they all know that Trudeau is going to lose, but they have to ensure that they win to fulfill and finish the globalist agenda. So that's what that person was trying to say.
Yeah, good point.
Not that person.
I see. Yeah.
And then eventually we find out who that person was. That ID, that name was used by Ronnie Cameron. It was Ronnie Cameron who was there. I didn't even know that. He was using a name and whatever ID. But I saw how not one person came and said, oh yeah, except for me. I was like amazed to see how brainless people are. Yeah. What is wrong with you people?
Yeah. There's major indoctrination. Canadians are told who they are. You got to support them. You're tolerant people. You're this, you're that. It's all controlling, and they're just. And a lot of people are afraid. Are afraid to speak now. Canadians live in fear now. That's the society we live in. It's a fear-based society.
Yes.
Portia, Canadians are heavily overtaxed.
Yes.
So that's a form of enslavement and control.
Yes.
They're afraid of the government, a lot of Canadians. But the country is going down the drain right now.
That's right.
So, but it's going to be up to the Canadian people how this story ends. Either we smash these globalists down, drain them, replace them, or we lose our country. It's as simple as that, everyone. So you better have a heart-to-heart with your wife or husband, your children, and own up. Because hiding in your houses, going to the park, turning on the TV, is not going to change the reality that's here, and it's only building, everyone. So we encourage you, if you support the NCA, you support what Portia is saying, and how we're going to turn this around, then donate to us, join us, become a member, run in 2019, and be part of this true, and I use the word true in all its integrity, true change to remove these people. They have to be removed, everyone. They are the biggest shysters in this country, in Ottawa.
Yes.
And you guys are donating. The millions Canadians are giving them money so they can lie to people. It doesn't make sense. So
well, when M103 came in, before today I had never voted for anybody. I was never in politics. I know it was wrong, but I was never interested. But seeing that now the situation is so dire that we need to get up and do something. So I registered with the Conservative Party because I didn't know. And that's when my brother told me the whole story. And he said, "Are you stupid? Are you idiot?" And then he showed me stuff and he said, "Look, you cannot. No, these are parties you cannot trust. These are not the parties that you can trust." So now all the problem is they have bought all the parties already. So that the only Western countries have the only hope with the new party. If you look in European countries, the only parties or the only countries that are trying to save themselves now are the ones that have voted for an outer party. You look at Hungary, Italy. Yeah. Look at Italy, is a big shocker. It was a big shock.
And look at France. Le Pen is doing well. There's a good chance that she will get in now.
If Le Pen had won last term, then France would have been doing so much better now. Mm-hmm. But look at the shithole they have turned Europe into such beautiful, beautiful country.
Yes.
And if you go to their countries now, like other than, of course, certain few, but if you go to the Middle Eastern countries, you will say your countries are like garbage. They are so beautiful now. So what they're doing is they're making their lands beautiful and they're causing devastation in the West, destroying everything that you worked and created for, your ancestors fought for, and you built for. They say, like, you shed your blood or you shed your sweat, and you make something, you built something, and you are destroying it. For what? For what? Like an outsider coming into your home. Do you let every outsider walk into your house? Do you do that, Stephen? Do you let any outsider just walk into your home and shove you on a side and say, "Hey, this is my house now, and you will do what I tell you"? Wow. Do you let that happen? This is what is happening. Canada is our home. And all these outsiders are coming in here and telling us, giving us reason why we should listen to them, not they should listen to the Canadians or the Canadian values or follow the Canadian culture.
Exactly. Yeah. Go ahead.
One of the reasons why they do that is when a child is born in these Islamic families, they are taught to do that, to bully any other person except for Muslims. To go bully, take charge. They are nothing. You are superior. You have the right. They have no right. Allah has not given them right. So we have no right. Our values don't matter. Their values matter. Their hijab matter. They don't care whether the hijabis look a Canadian or not. Hijabis don't look Canadians. No, I'm sorry. They don't look Britishers. They don't look Dutch. Or those men, those, the Islamic men, male that wear their dress, their long dress. No, that is not Canadian. That is Islamic. Why is that being imposed? When you go to a country, you adopt to their country. Stephen, when you will walk to a Middle Eastern country or go to Pakistan, they will make you wear whatever. Well, because you are a man, they won't enforce you, but women, 100%. You have to cover your legs and this and that, You cannot be out without like this. Cannot be out like this. It's so they force you when you go to their country to respect their culture, to adopt their values, to do as they do. But when they come to your country, here too, they will do whatever they do. Then it means they are the one ruling the world already. They're the one ruling the world already.
Yeah. And also the globalists in Ottawa are encouraging it. And that, this is all embedded in the Charter of 1982. It's in there, everyone. Section 27, Section 15. on equality, also multiculturalism, pushing that on all Canadians. That's in the Charter. Thanks to Mulroney, Harper, these Conservatives, we got the Employment Equity Act, which is pushing affirmative action of hiring visible ethnic minorities over Euro-Canadians.
Yeah.
We also have the Canadian Multiculturalism Act of 1988, thanks to these crony Conservatives, which is pushing foreign cultures in Canada. Can you believe that? It's disgusting, everyone. It's absolutely disgusting. And I should clarify this. You know, Portia, what did you say?
I said that is multiculturalism.
Yes.
Diversity. And that is the death of Western nations.
Yes, it is. You know, they say it's the slow death of the host culture. And what we have, I argue, the NCA argues, that mass immigration of what we have in Canada, coupled with extreme multiculturalism, is the fast death to the host culture.
Exactly.
So we're replacing the Canadians who built Canada, who built institutions, the educational institutions, who built the framework of Canada, who put the hard, sweat in to build this country. They're being replaced. This is completely evil, what's going on. These globalists are sick, demented people, and they're all in Ottawa, across both sides of the aisle, everyone. They need to be removed and drained. And I should qualify this, as a young man on my own dime, I did travel to India for 6 months. And that was more as a tourist. Portia?
Even when you went to India.
Hold on. I just want to finish. Just ask me. I went there for 6 months. And then I had a journalist friend in Pakistan who worked for the Dawn.
Okay.
So I ended up, Pakistan used to be part of India, so I thought to complete my trip, I'll go to Pakistan, which is now separated. So I spent a month there, and I saw things there, like you're saying.
Yes.
And I went into a mosque. I was threatened in a mosque because I'm not Muslim, right? I was threatened. I had a friend there. I couldn't meet his wife.
Yeah.
He wouldn't, his wife, I couldn't even look at her, everyone.
That's right.
I never even looked at her. They were, and when I met him, it was all separate, the whole thing. And, but the sad thing in that country, I have to qualify, Portia.
Yes.
There's a lot of people who are at the bottom who are just pushed down, right?
Right.
And, at the NCA, we look at people as people.
That's right.
But when it comes to political Islam, we want the practice of that banned in Canada. We don't believe it has any place in Canada.
No.
We also want ideological screening at the borders. We don't think people coming in who support Sharia and other extremist beliefs should be allowed in the country, everyone.
No.
We will not allow them in our country like Harper did, like Trudeau did, Mulroney did, and God forbid if the Scheer guy get in, because he'll open the floodgates as well. But
what I don't understand is, why would you let somebody in knowingly that person is going to kill you?
Well, they're letting them in, Portia, because the globalists want to divide us. They want to suppress, kick down Euro-Canadians. So this is perfect. Because look at our society. Ethnic enclaves are growing everywhere in Canada. We're all getting divided. That divide and control, Portia.
Yeah.
We're losing our values. We're losing our identity, our heritage.
That's right.
We're just going to be floating, and that's what's happening.
So you see, you have seen what is happening in Europe, Canada, Australia, US. When you look at these countries, and when you look at the population, how you see, the multicultural, you can see the people. You'll see like 2 white, 10 black, 20 brown, 30 Chinese, when you are looking at it. So, but this is originally, I do understand it's a Native American country, but it is also a white man's country. All right. So how many whites do we look at? So when you went to India, my question was, when you mentioned about India and Pakistan, did you see too many whites there?
The only whites I saw, and they were the occasional tourists.
They're right.
I did not see. There was an albino I saw, a gentleman in Pakistan. He was albino, but that's not white.
Is that when you were walking out down the street, did you see like maybe 2 Pakistani and 10 black African?
No, they were all brown people. They were all basically brown people.
They were all Pakistani.
Yes.
Only maybe 0.0000 some percent people were there who were tourists or on work situation. They were visiting there, working, and then they leave. And this is the same thing in any country you go. In the Southeast Asian, the whole Asia, you go the whole Asia. You go Japan, China, or Nepal, or anywhere. What will you see? White people or black people? No.
I've been to Nepal.
Right?
Yes.
You will see Chinese people there. You go to Middle Eastern countries. You see all Middle Eastern people there. And you know, in Middle Eastern country, I think a lot of people know that you cannot get a government job if you are. They bring a lot of people, labor force from outside. They hire many people from outside. The Middle East has been constructed, developed by the helping hands that they hired.
But a lot of them are Muslims they're hiring.
Yeah. From Pakistan, like for example, in Qatar, there are lots of Pakistanis, lots of Philippines, lots of Chinese, and a lot of Sri Lankans or Indians. They're hiring everybody, but they will only come and do that job and leave.
Yeah.
They have lived for 30 years or 40 years or 50 years. They will not get any citizenship there. No way. Another thing is they will never get a government job. Not even like to serve tea. Like not even to serve tea. They will hire a person who is not a born resident. And born resident means they call themselves, there's a typical word they have for, it's an Arabic word they used to use, I can't remember. Anyway, they have to be like the Arab, the locals. Now, if you are living in Qatar, then it has to be the Qatari locals. A Qatari local cannot get a government job in Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Even if they go to another Middle Eastern country, they will not allow a Qatari to take a government official position, any position. It may be a peon's position, like, mailman's position. No. They will only hire their own. So why is it? Why? For security. That is for security. Because if an outsider comes and controls your government, it's gone. And you can see that clearly in the Western countries. All those Pakistanis or Middle Eastern people coming here and then getting educated, and their kids are being born, second generation, third generation. Oh, we are born citizens, so we have the rights now. So now they are getting the positions and turning the laws, changing the laws, making this country into Islamic. So this is what needs to stop. So you have to save your culture. You have to save your religion. You have to save your country. You have to save your home and your race. There's so much you have to save. And to do that, obviously, there has to be such policies in place that will stop from people. Like people in UK, majority of in UK, people who are in the government right now, they're Pakistani origin, but they were born Britishers. So they are the born Britishers who are ruling right now. Why do you think the Britishers are having such a hard time taking back control from the government? Because they are mostly Pakistanis, but they are second generation or third generation born in England, and they get the position in a government what do you expect they are going to do? They're going to do the same thing, bring Islam. So these things have to be looked into, that who should, like people with such ideology, like you said, we have to vet people coming with such ideology. First of all, they should not be welcomed. And if they are, then there has to be certain circumstances that they will not impose their ideology on anyone. They can practice, it's a free country, they can do whatever. But I think you guys have given everybody too much of a right and actually given your rights to them now.
No, we don't want them here. They have no place in Canada. Anyone who's coming here to oppress women, homosexuals, who support a Sharia caliphate, they have no place in Canada. We will not allow them in.
That's right.
That's it. We don't want them here. They're a scourge. They should just stay in their own country. Don't come here. And either we stand up for who we are as a people, or we're going to lose who we are as a people. That's it. So we gotta get tough, Canadians, and we gotta get serious about these issues. But you are completely sold out by these globalists in Ottawa. They are the ultimate crooks in Ottawa. The ultimate crooks, and some of them are just going for a ride. But look at them, eh? They are the bottom of the bottom.
Yep.
So we need to drain that crooked swamp in Ottawa. We got to drain it right out. It's completely far gone, and it's all about these central banksters have a lot to do with what's going on. Portia, special interests like the Dairy Board and all these boards and lobbyists. And the UN and affiliates, Agenda 21, Agenda 230, everyone, which the federal government says they endorse.
Yeah.
It's on their website, everyone, Agenda 230. So this is all going on. Wake up. These crooked, these disgusting, these globalists in Ottawa, they're just...
on the research.
And I have to tell you this, Portia, I would never join those parties, and proudly I have never joined them. I have integrity. I would never, because I see through them.
Yes.
Right, Portia? Like they're just the ultimate mafia corruption in Canada.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's up to the Canadian people to end of the day. If you support us, we need money to run against these corrupt people. So donate to us. Become a member like Portia. Run as a candidate. We're dependent on the Canadian people, but this is up to the Canadian people, Portia.
Problem is, Canadian people think it's not enough time for a new party to start.
It's a process, Portia. Yeah.
Nothing is not. When they say it's not possible, then I will say they already have decided it's not possible, right?
Exactly.
Nothing is impossible. The most impossible thing, the Muslims waited 100 years to take over land and everything, and look at it today. Now they are taking over. They started this in 1900, and now we are in 2000, year 2000, and they waited for that long, but they knew that it will happen. So it can happen. Everything is possible.
It has to happen. It has to.
That's the thing. If people join hands and get up, not sit in back in front of the Facebook page and keep, oh, I got blocked today, oh, I am back again today. It's the same old, every day I read the same old bullshit. People writing every day, typing the same things every day. What is it going to do? Is it going to save Canada? All this typing, all this arguing with each other, calling names each other, that is not going to help. They need to get up. They need to come out. They need to join hands. See who's the right person who can lead. Join hands. There are so many qualified people who can join and maybe build this country. They need to get up to build this country again, because this country really needs rebuilding now. It's no more just saving. It needs rebuilding, reconstructing everything, which is the laws especially.
Exactly, and that's our whole platform. Basically, there's so much we want to rescind, everyone, amend. The charter is at the source. You know what a socialist, globalist rag that charter is. It's disgusting what they've done to our country, and we're paying a price now. It's only going to get worse, everyone. For your kids, their kids. It's going to be very bad, but we can turn this around. Portia's right. We can turn this around, but at the end of the day, it is up to the Canadian people. We can only do so much. Portia, we can only do so much as a party, you as an individual, me as an individual. End of the day, it's up to the Canadian people. They need, the light bulb needs to go on in their brain. And once you're awake, everyone, there's no going back to sleep. And the people who are joining the NCA, Portia, they are awake.
Yes, that is for sure.
And that's why we're very strong as a party, because all our members are awake.
And are going to be loyal to Canada.
100%, because they're awake.
That is right.
And they're doing it for their families, for the Canadian people, for the country. That's it. That's what motivates them.
That's what we need now. This is what we desperately need. We do not need, and those people who sit there on Facebook from morning till night, I see that they will be there and they will be typing the same thing. Oh, this is breaking the vote. Trudeau is going to.
Oh yeah, but some of these people are trolls, right? They're paid by these entrenched crony conservatives or these crony liberals to come out and say that, right?
Yeah.
So that's all they're doing, right?
So now the Maxime Bernier thing started. Now a lot of people are shifting there.
Yeah.
I would too. But the thing is, I don't trust these politicians anymore.
Yeah, he's a career politician.
And secondly, I don't know what policies he has brought in, and he's yet to decide a party and yet to bring in the policies. So by the time people are going to learn what they are going to do for Canada, it might be really too late.
Yeah, I don't trust that guy. He was a Harper stooge for decades, living off the trough. Apparently, he flew from Ottawa to Edmonton on $7,000 airfare on your dime. He's just a career politician, and that's not what the NCA is about. We want to drain people like him. We don't trust him, and in our opinion, we think he might be a ploy by this globalist establishment to try and detract from parties like the NCA. They deliberately put him out there to try and fend off any new parties coming up. That's what we think.
There's another thing. A lot of people say that Conservative won in Ontario. So, and that is because Doug Ford is doing everything he promised. Now, the thing is, what are the things Doug Ford has promised? Carbon tax? That is all I heard about carbon tax, right? Okay. Now, he did say, but I don't know how many people know that there is a lawsuit going on about that, right? They have challenged his decision, and they are not going to let it go that easy. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to know that this was all set a plan, that, okay, you do this, get the votes, come in with majority, and then you fulfill the agenda. And that is probably what, and then we will, quietly come and say, okay, you cannot do that, carbon tax will stay, and people will say, no, Doug Ford tried, and, he failed. So I think this is all a set plan, which is working, and people are going, oh, look, Doug Ford is doing, he is doing. Well, I haven't actually seen anything, maybe a couple of things, but then again, they will do something. They're not going to sit in, hand in hand and do nothing. But no, they are going to welcome people in. They are going. You watch. They are going to do the same thing. Maybe, like I said, They have to make the conservative people happy, so they are going to touch in a few things. So they have said that they are going to remove the education syllabus for the LGBTQ thing, that the gender thing they started. So yeah, he has done that.
Good point.
Yeah, but he hasn't stopped. In Ontario, he hasn't stopped the prayer rooms yet. Why? Which is very important.
Yeah, also he had, I was told by some of our members, he allowed some of these extremists to run for the Ontario PC. So that's something we would never tolerate in our party, everyone. So that's a red flag. You know, we wish Doug Ford the best, and I hope what you're saying is not true, but there's a good chance it is, because again, it's the big picture, right? It's like this crony, this lying, deceitful Rempel. All she talks about is illegal migration, and she's just spinning and playing everyone. She never talks about the 9/10 mass immigration, everyone.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing, but we'll have to see. We'll have to evaluate Doug Ford. I don't think he's connected to those crony federal conservatives. So, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
That's a thing that one should keep in mind.
Exactly, I agree.
They are conservatives.
I agree.
They are associated all to the same party.
Right,
they are
right.
part of the package.
Right.
They are separate.
Right.
So they will, like, maybe they will say something, but you know, it's politics. Politicians are liars.
Yes, they are, and I said that in the opening, everyone. We're non-career politicians. We don't lie. We don't have the strength. These crony politicians, these career politicians, including Mr. Bernay, is a career politician. They're liars. They're slippery. And just be careful, everyone. That's all we're saying.
Yep. Well, people are going to do what they want to do. But
exactly.
If you want to save Canada, and if you don't change your mind and your opinion, or you know what, do one thing. Start doing research.
Yeah,
study.
Exactly.
Get
so
policy they're bringing in. Look who's giving you what policy to work with to save Canada. See that. Like, be smart. Be smart. Instead of people tell you that you need to wake up, you wake up yourself. You can wake up yourself. Instead of just putting the blinder on and going on, you know, I don't want to see anything. I just want to see my conservative, like the horses go like this.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I want to be clear that National Citizens Alliance supports a temporary pause in immigration to Canada, and we support a substantial reduction. We're looking at 50,000 or less, everyone. We want rigorous ideological screening at the borders. Right. We want mandatory integration into Canada. We will not allow an immigrant applicant to have more than one wife. And there's so many other things in our policy. So go on to nationalcitizensalliance.ca and take a look at our immigration policy, our integration policy. And we also want to amend the Multiculturalism Act. It should be focused on Francophones, Anglophones, and First Nations.
Yes.
Right now it's focused on promoting and enhancing foreign cultures. Yes. We need to amend the charter. That's a globalist charter. It needs to be amended, everyone. So that's why we say join the revolution. Because what we're talking about is revolutionary change in Canada through nonviolent means.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. And do you have any closing words, Portia, tonight?
Well, I hope that people will go to your website and check out your policies. Because I'm a person, I'll sit there and listen to everybody, right? But when I make a decision, I go and research.
Yeah.
And then I take my decision. So I am not saying that people are not smart, people are not literate. So I'm putting you high up here, everybody, all Canadians.
There's the website, yeah.
Yeah, and I am telling you to do your own research. And if you don't want to do that much work, then you can ask somebody else who has done it. But there are policies. If you go through it and see
policies.
If there is anything you don't like about it, talk to him. he will tell you, like, I am going to go through, I haven't finished the whole thing yet, but immigration was the main thing for me.
Yeah, there's the policies. I'm showing it now. So keep talking, Portia. I'm just showing the policies. So there's all the policies, everyone. Here's the immigration one. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Portia.
It is very important.
This is our immigration policy right
because
here.
immigration policy is the policy that will have a little control over who's coming and what they're doing in your country and how they're destroying your country or taking away your rights. Right now, I don't see white people having any rights. You know, sometimes me and my daughter, we talk about it, that if something happens, that we can go and bully too, just like all these Muslims are doing. And we can get away with it because we are brown now, right? Brown people have more rights now than white people. I am brown, and I'm telling you that. I go to some place, people, I can feel it, that white people, when they talk to me, they like, I am telling you, people, I hate misusing or taking advantage of anybody. It's so saddening that this is true. I bought a mattress, Sleep Country, and when I went there, those people, they had certain policies, and I know how policies are for certain companies, right? They would be really strict. But when I went there and I said, no, 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 like what they do, right? And trust me, they gave me an option, and they said, especially for you. And I'm like, why? Because I'm brown? See? And there was a white guy who came in, walked in, and he wanted to return something, and they said, well, I'm sorry, sir, this is our policy. And he walked out, angry at them. So I saw that clearly there standing that, oh my goodness, it's so unfair. Even companies. So what is happening here is it's not only the government, but also big corporations, big businesses. They are also pressurizing people to, this is also another angle that they're using, the globalists are using to pressure people to follow the political correctness, to follow, whatever the agenda is so they can fulfill it. So these corporations are really, I'm very totally against all big corporations anyway. And knowing that now that Canada is also a corporation, it's like very worrisome to me.
Okay.
So yeah, I think I have said a lot, and I hope people listen. That's all we can do, and I've seen a lot of immigrants coming up and speaking and trying to open your eyes and so that you can make a good decision. It's not too late to start a new party. It's not too late to, if we all unite. We need unity. We don't need diversity. We need unity. You have unity, you can establish this party like anything. And then you can stand united and make sure this party wins. You can save your country. Literally, I'm telling you, I see a little spark of hope from your party. Otherwise, I would have never agreed. Like I'm telling you, like I heard a lot of rumors about you too. I met you in Ottawa last year, not this year. Mm-hmm. After that, so I was a little turned off, and then I'd never followed you, so I didn't know what was going on. But then afterwards, I heard about your new party, and then I heard about all this stuff, and I came to know. And I said, no, this is right. This is the right way to go. Another thing, before we go, I saw one of your video. I want to talk about it here because a lot of people talk about this. It's about you didn't want to say that you hate Muslim, and Sandra Solomon was at your face for saying you are Muslim sympathizer just because you didn't say you hated Muslim. Now, the thing is, and you were constantly saying that you hate the ideology, but you don't like the ideology, but the Muslims you don't hate. And that is a very good thing. And me too, even though I'm scared of them, scared to death of them, but I still don't hate. I will not judge a Muslim when it comes in front of me. you know why I won't judge them? Till I will know that he is going to remain a Muslim. Yes, then I will know for sure that you are dangerous. A person who is unaware, because majority of the Muslims don't even know a word of Quran that they are reading. They will read Quran in Arabic and they have no idea what it says. The meaning is. So they don't know what they're following. And a lot of people, especially now the educated people, when they are reading all this nonsense in Quran, they are walking away with it. So if we are going to hate that specific Muslim, and you wouldn't even know, right? You're hating this person, and that person goes and converts and becomes a Christian. So then what? Then you're going to love that person? That means you were judging a person in a wrong way. You were not judging him because of a person, but as a religion. So again, your point, you dislike the ideology, not the individual.
100%, 100%. People are people are people. We judge people on their actions.
Exactly.
Portia, and
victims.
Exactly, and that's the way we view it as a party. We will reach out and support true, integral, honest, sincere, reformist Muslims who are breaking away. we will, Portia, and that's our position. We will not. We oppose in the strongest terms the radicals, extremists. That's it. And that's tied to the political Islam. That's all there is. I will never hate all Muslims ever.
Yes.
It's not in my body. It's not in my bones. It's not in my heart at all to do that.
And
so
I was pleased to see that video, that how you handled that situation, and you didn't you didn't care how much you were pressured. You were being like harassed. I was literally watching that video, how they, like, she kept, you this, you this, you this, and you kept saying the same thing, and I loved in watching that video, and it gave me, like, a good perspective of your mind, of your heart, that you are set in the right place, you are headed in the right direction, you're not hating anybody. But you know what is dangerous is the ideology of Islam. It's not the person. Well, person becomes dangerous if they are going to follow it, but how you handle that, and that's where your policies come in place.
Exactly. 100%. Very astute on your part, Portia, and that's one of the strengths of the NCA. Where it's not just me. There's a base of awakened Canadians. And there's no budge in us. We are resilient. We persevere. We have a vision. We know where we're going. We know what we want. So, and that's it. And we obviously update our policies, Portia. Like one of our Christian supporters, she made a good point on one of our policies, and we listened to her, and we made the necessary update.
Yes. But
we stay the course, and that's it. And we're not going to get caught up in hate. The frenzy of hate. That doesn't help anyone, and that's not what we're about, right? So, but we're very serious about radical extremism, to the point where we want to ban the practice of political Islam in Canada. Everyone, that's how serious we are. That's right. But, as the NCA grows, there's going to be more attacks on us, Portia. People are going to make up things, and they're just going to fabricate, and just wait till these big parties start coming full steam on us, right? So they're going to make up things and whatever. It's already happening, but expect that, everyone. Expect the attacks to come, because, just let it bring a smile to your face, because it means we're on the right track.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. That's it.
And it's a rat race of corrupt politicians. It
is, and they're just looking after their pensions, their income. They got pressure from their lobbyists and whoever's string to them. So that's the truth. So we're a threat to them. Their power. We want to take their power.
Yeah.
This is a power struggle, everyone. We want their power. They do not deserve to be representing the Canadian people. They have lost their way. They are crooked. They are corrupt to the core. They lie every day. So let's drain them.
Yeah.
Let's drain them out.
What is happening now is the government is like slowly and gradually, if you see that people are losing their freedom and people are becoming slaves to the government.
Yes, they are.
And that's another thing I loved about when you talked about the government having lesser control over people.
Yes.
Like people should be able to feel free in their land. Yeah. They are being taxed like so crazy.
Yes.
Like my daughter is now selling the house because she can't afford to pay the tax.
Yes.
The
taxes are obscene. We figure like the average income tax is around 43.6% now. Yeah. And it's higher back east. I think it's up to 45%. Then you factor in, property tax at the municipal level, all the carbon sales tax, provincial sales tax, GST, everyone. On $100 of your hard-earned income, the governments, the corrupt governments of this country are taking around $89. You're left with merely $11.
That is why everybody's hand to mouth.
That is enslavement. That's pure enslavement. Now they're attacking our free speech.
Yeah.
Canadians live in fear. So what the NCA wants, we don't want a fear-based society. We want a free society. We want Canadians to have as much liberty as possible, as much income and wealth as possible. That's what we want.
So just imagine where you are today. You're in fear, you're taxed, you have no rights for anything, and which is when you are still in control. Imagine when you will not be in control. Then what is going to happen? This will look like you lived in a la-la land. Like this will look nicer because then you will literally be deprived of everything. I really dread that day. But I am surely, and I am going to ensure that I run whichever part of the world I have to run to save my girls. If Canada doesn't save itself and the Canadians don't save themselves, I am running again. Well, my life to run.
Well, Canadians like me don't have that luxury, and there's millions of us, because this is our homeland. We don't have a place to run to.
That's the thing. My homeland is. I had to leave a homeland because I was unfortunately I was born there. In a country where it was like that. But the thing is, I didn't decide. I had taken a decision that I am not going to live in tyranny, and I ran for my life and my daughter's life, and for freedom, rights, and freedom, which is so precious. You people have no idea. Mm-hmm. We didn't have that. When we have it here, we know how good it is. So don't lose it. Keep it. Save it from the people who are going to steal it from you, like Ikra Khalid.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that woman. Oh my goodness, I can't. I look at that face and I feel like puking. She is such a treacherous bitch. I have to say it. Sorry.
Yeah, but these parties are allowing it. They're allowing them to run, and unfortunately, Doug Ford has done the same.
Yes.
So check the Ontario legislature and look at those PC legislatures in there. Everyone, do your homework. But that's a red flag against Doug Ford. He shouldn't have allowed that. He should not allow someone who's been in here 3 years from a place like Afghanistan now to be in the Ontario legislature. That's wrong. And I want to thank you, Portia, for taking your time to share everything that you're seeing, and we're gonna have you on again. And if you like this message tonight, everyone, please share it so you can wake up other Canadians. And remember, we are dependent on your support. So donate to us. Donate to our GoFundMe on the NCA billboard that we're going to put up. Become a member. Run in 2019. If you believe in us. We have to start this now. We cannot wait time is of essence.
Yes.
And these parties in Ottawa, they're lying, they're stealing, and they're pushing this globalist agenda on you. And this is the truth. So we want to wish you a great evening. And I look forward to having you on again, Portia. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.